Hey guys!
So today I'm going to be making a MORIAH ELIZABETH squishy into food.
And what squishy am I making today, you may be asking? Well, in Mariah's video sometimes she wears the merch of the baked good.
I could do that, except I can't do that for this one.
You know what? You don't care about all that, so I'm just gonna put on screen the one I'm doing today. I'm making this 3-tiered donut design, and I'm actually gonna be baking my donuts. And it's a yeast dough, which, you know, I've made pizza before, but I've never made donuts. But I'm pretty good at making pizza dough. I think this should be okay. I think it should be okay.
I did half this recipe because I don't need that many donuts, and this recipe is bigger, bolder baking.
And I wrote it out because my printer was out of ink. So 17 steps just for the donuts, not including all the decorations and stuff that I'm gonna have to put on. And I'm using my stand mixer with the dough hook attachment.
Because that's what it says, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's what it says.
Mix the flour, yeast, sugar, salt together in a stand mixer with the dough hook. My family favorites plain flour, perfect for home baking. 230 grams of that. Should I have half this recipe? Okay, I might just double everything and make it the full recipe because this doesn't seem like a lot of the flour. Don't over measure whatever you do, because only idiots do that. You're not meant to let the yeast and the salt come into direct contact, because the salt will kill the yeast and the yeast will be dead. So 25 grams of sugar, double would be 50 grams of sugar. I'm gonna add my salt, and then I'm gonna add my yeast on the other side. You can actually see inside the bowl, which is really convenient. In a measuring jug, heat together the milk. How much milk? Half a cup of milk. Oh no, it's 1 cup, since I'm doubling this. Oh, perfect, okay. And then 2 tables of butter.
Which is going to be 4 tables, and I know that 8 tables is a stick, and I know that a stick is 114. So half of that would be
57. 80 milliliters of water. And then you're meant to melt that together in the microwave, which I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna toss the dry ingredients, which I haven't done yet. And toss together the So this is the liquids. And then add your vanilla. Turn the machine on low and slowly add the milk mixture. Mix for 2 minutes to wake up the yeast. Slowly. Come on, yeast, wake up. So after that, you run a spatula under the dough to make sure everything is well mixed, and then you increase the speed to medium and mix until the dough is shiny and smooth. 6 to 8 minutes. The dough is supposed to be saggy and on the wet side. So it goes up to 6, so medium would be like 4. See you in 6 to 8 minutes. It has been 7 minutes later. And yeah, the dough is pretty good. So next is rub your mixing bowl with vegetable oil or any flavorless oil. Place the dough in the bowl and turn to coat lightly. Do I use a separate bowl? Move over. I'm gonna rub my mixing bowl with vegetable oil. No, this is flavorless, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's a lot. Is this what I meant to do? My hands are clean, by the way. Place the dough in the bowl and turn to coat lightly. So oily, it's not even sticking to itself. Okay, I added way too much oil. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap, same thing as cling film, and let the dough rise until doubled, 1.5 to 2 hours. And in the video, she also put a tea towel over it to preserve heat. So I'm grabbing my tea towel and just placing that over it as well. And let this rise for 1.5 to 2 hours, so I'll see you then. It's definitely doubled in size because it's really fun to punch risen dough. I know it is for pizzas anyway.
So the instructions say, once it has risen, turn out the fluffy dough onto a floured work surface. Roll to 1/2 inch thick. Use a round cookie cutter, cut off your donut circles, dust your cutter with flour so it can stick to the dough. Then cut out your donut hole with a much smaller cutter, a piping nozzle. Okay.
So I'm gonna dust my work area. Then you wanna turn out your dough. Let's see. Turn out to a floured work surface. So I'm gonna knead mine. I don't know if you need to knead. Okay, so I'm gonna half this and work at it with it half at a time. It doesn't say on the recipe, I could check the video, but that's kind of effort. It doesn't say on the recipe if your tray needs to be lined with parchment paper or not. I lined mine with parchment paper just to be safe. Flour the top and the rolling pin. And roll it out to 1/2 inch thick. Oh my god, it keeps sticking to the rolling pin. I think that's about 1/2 inch, because I know for cookies you're meant to do 1/4 inch. So that looks like double it. So like my last video of baking MORIAH ELIZABETH SQUISHY, I don't know how big it is. So I'm just guessing, and I'm using this giant cookie cutter. And cut out the little donut hole. This is the little donut. Oh gosh, okay, put it on the baking tray. I just need 3 perfect donuts. They don't all need to be perfect. I just need 3 that are perfect. So this is what my first sheet looks like. I think they look fine. I mean, they're a bit misshapen and the holes are very big, but I feel like they're gonna rise, so it'll be fine. Okay, this last one looks a bit strange, but that's fine. They all look kind of strange. So now I'm gonna let these, I have to cover them with the tea towel again and let them proof for 20 to 30 minutes. So I will see you then. So the donuts have been proofing, and I also turned on the oven, which I forgot to show. So it also says to
unwrap the donuts, brush the very top, not the sides, with melted butter, and sprinkle the tray with 2 tablespoons of water.
just the top and not the sides. And then sprinkle some water on the tray. This is to steam them so they're nice and fluffy. That's what it says in the video anyway. But what do I know? Does it matter if water gets on the donuts? Okay, so now I'm gonna put them in the oven for bake for 13 minutes. Oh, that's not long.
And rotate tray during baking if needed to get color all over. You want to bake these just enough. If they get too much color, they can dry.
I don't know what that means. Set timer for 13 minutes. See you in 13 minutes, hopefully when they're cooked and they look delicious. Okay. Oh, okay. So I just remembered that you need to glaze them straight away when they come out of the oven, so I'm going to really quickly make the glaze. So it's 75 grams of butter. And I'm making it in this flat dish so it's easier to glaze, so I'm going to put this in the microwave now until it's melted, and then you add your powdered sugar and your milk. Powdered sugar, 250 grams. So now add the milk, and it's 3 to 5 tablespoons, so I'm going to just add this really slowly. Okay, this still needs more milk. So there's only a few seconds left on the timer, but I thought I'd read out to you what it says.
It says, take your donuts straight from the oven and dunk into the glaze one by one. It makes a huge difference. They soften and they soak the glaze and you get a much better result. Dip each into the bowl of glaze with forks, let the excess glaze drip off before, and then place on a wired rack. You will see the glaze set fast because the donuts are warm. Once the glaze has set, double dip for a nice sweetness and the crust, great texture and shape.
And now let's dunk these in the glaze very quickly. Oh gosh, they definitely don't look like perfect donuts, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna let those dry and set for a bit, and then I'm going to double glaze them. So the glaze has set. So I'm gonna dip the pink one first, and I'm using this leftover pink ganache from my birthday cake. And it's ganache is basically just white chocolate and cream, and then for the chocolate one, I'm also gonna be using this pink one, and I'm just gonna add cocoa powder to it. I don't think that's correct. I think you're meant to use like milk chocolate or dark chocolate and then add that to the cream and make like a chocolate ganache, but I don't really feel like making 3 ganaches.
If I can help it.
So I am gonna melt this in the microwave so it gets nice and dippable, because if I try to dip this now, that would be very awkward. So just give this a good mix. So pink is the middle one, so I'm gonna choose this one.
I want the nicest one to be out.
So I'm gonna choose this one, and I'm just gonna dip it in. Oh gosh. I'm gonna make this slightly darker and dip another one just in case, because that one is very light. I don't know if you can see it. Just a little bit more. I'm so scared.
There was literally no reason to be scared. Worst case scenario, you get too dark of a pink, but you already have that light pink over there to use, so yeah.
Okay, I think that's a lot nicer of a color. I'm gonna use this donut. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out. Okay, that's a much nicer color. That's nice. So now I'm just gonna add the cocoa powder to dip the chocolate one. The chocolate one has the regular, like just colored strand sprinkles, and these are the ones I'm gonna be using, and it doesn't have dark blue shades or green. So I can't find any that do though, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. Sorry. And in the video, she already has them stacked before she paints them, but since this is real life food, I'm gonna make them all and then stack them. Chocolate's on the bottom, so I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna wash my hands quickly and sprinkle it quickly. Actually, I'll dip the other one and then wash my hands. That looks nice. Okay. A white chocolate ganache from scratch. I'm not going to use precise measurements. Pour this into a jug and heat it up. This is way too big, but it's what we have to work with. I'm going to heat this up now, and then I just pour it over my chocolate. I'm just going to pour this over my chocolate and let it sit for a little bit. So this is my ganache that I literally just eyeballed the ingredients to, and it looks pretty good. Like, I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty good. And this is the top one, so it is really important that this one looks nice. So these are circle sprinkles, because for some reason I thought it was circle sprinkles. It's not, it's star sprinkles. So I did find this mix that has like little silver star sprinkles in it. So I added some of those in just so there'd be a few stars, and this is my sprinkle mix. I'm just gonna put them on top. The very last thing to do before before stacking them is to literally just make the little dark chocolate drizzle that's on it, and I'm gonna try to do this with a spoon. I'm not gonna put this in a piping bag, probably a terrible idea. So I have the melted chocolate, and I'm just gonna try to drizzle it over with the spoon. I think this should be easy enough. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now all that's left to do is stack them up. So now I'm just gonna stack them up, and starting with this chocolate one that goes at the bottom, placing it down. And then the strawberry one. Now none of these are actually the flavor, but they're the visuals, so. Okay. So I'm kind of leaning, oh gosh. Okay, there. That looks cute, like it's obviously not perfect, and the sprinkles aren't accurate, and the drizzle isn't thick enough, but considering I was recreating a squishy that I don't even have, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna just end the video here, insert some pictures, and maybe some montage of it, and then, yeah. So, bye, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.